What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Tech Cash House. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and check out the Tech Crypto House and Tech Stock House, the links are in the description below, for more specific content. Other than that, folks, let's go ahead and get right into it. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video here today. So in this video, I do of course want to cover mining for the month of April. I know that's what all of you came here to see, and I am going to go ahead and get right into that. So I've really decided to try to make my mining profitability videos more accurate. Before, they were fairly good, however, they did leave out some long-term information, and if you want to buy a Bitcoin miner and use it for mining long-term, this is really something that I think should interest you. Another thing to consider is the Antminer S9, which is still the preeminent miner provided by Bitmain, is currently down pretty far in price. The December hype has definitely died out for the Antminer S9, and that, in my opinion, is honestly a good thing. Now, obviously, Bitcoin prices are also lower, but that's not necessarily bad. So the Antminer S9 currently retails for about $1,200 used, and you can get one for about $1,200 used with a power supply included, which obviously helps you save a bit more money up front. The shipping is usually about 20 bucks or so, but it's really pretty negligible, and you can find S9s with shipping included. I do want to say that the S9 is still one of the best miners to use for mining, and I'm primarily covering it because it is now widely available, because many people bought thousands of Antminers back in the month of December, and now many people no longer really want to mine with them, so they're selling them off. But anyway, folks, let's talk about some stats of the miner. So mine's at 13.5 terahashes per second, which is pretty powerful. It uses 1350 watts of power. Now I've set power cost here to 13 cents per kilowatt hour, which is pretty accurate for the United States national average. Of course, I would encourage all of you to check your power bills and see what exactly you are indeed paying for power. That's really the only way you're going to get an accurate representation of your power cost. So, as you can see, I'm also factoring in a price change in Bitcoin, and I'm factoring in a future difficulty change. So over on the right, we're displaying the profitability for a 12-month time frame. The months are displayed on the x-axis, and the profitability, total profitability, is displayed on the y-axis. So the first chart that we're going to be taking a look at accounts for Bitcoin starting at a price of roughly 8,100 USD. Now the price change is set to 10% growth per month, which in my opinion isn't really all that generous, but I feel like it's a good starting point. Bitcoin has been trading kind of sideways for a month or two now, but I do think that we'll see a bit of a breakout in quarter two, so I think that 10% per month growth is honestly pretty conservative in my opinion. And as you can see, I have all of the coins set to be sold monthly. So all of the coins that you mine will be sold monthly for a profit, or essentially to pay for costs that you might be accruing, and to get you a bit of your money back. So with this setup here, as you can see, the line is fairly linear. However, the total profitability is never actually seen in a 12-month time frame, and the profitability is really never possible. Because you're selling the coins monthly, it's just not going to work out all that well. However, that's only selling the coins monthly, and that is with a price change of 10% per month. If we double that price change per month to 20% per month, you can see that you would now break even in 7 months and 4 days, which actually, all things considered, isn't all that bad. That's less than a year. I do like to see sub 100 break-even periods. I think that's obviously one of the best periods that you can see. But with this setup, you'd still be earning roughly $210 per month, provided that you're selling all of your coins every month. Now, you'd be paying $126 a month in power, so your profit would only be about $84 per month, which, once again, isn't too horrendous, but it's obviously not going to get you anywhere too quickly. So with that being said, what if we can expect a growth of 30% per month? Well, you'd still be earning $84 a month right off the bat. However, you would now break even in 5 months and 3 days, and as you can see, the growth displayed in the chart over a 12-month time frame is becoming more exponential, which is definitely good to see. Now let's switch things up a bit and consider that you never sell your Bitcoin. So essentially, you're accruing compound interest on any Bitcoin that you have mined. So you can see that the profitability per month right off the get-go is still about $84 here, which once again isn't all that bad. However, if you're holding all of your coins, you would actually break even or see profitability in 1 year and 3 months, which is definitely better. Now that's only 5% growth per month of Bitcoin. So that is really pretty conservative. Now if we bump that up to 10% per month, you would break even in 7 months and 11 days. As you can see, the chart is starting to look a bit more exponential. Now moving on, if the price changes 15% per month for Bitcoin, your profitability would actually be seen within 5 months and 15 days, which is honestly pretty good. At 25% growth per month, you would see profitability in 4 months, which is getting closer to the time frame that I honestly really like to see. 4 months isn't all that bad. That's obviously a third of a year, or about 120 days or so. So that's honestly pretty acceptable. Now I thought I would include this chart just for fun. I thought I would expand the time frame that we're looking at just a bit here. So I've expanded the time frame to 63 months, that's honestly just an arbitrary value, but I've also reduced the price change of Bitcoin to 3% per month, which is sort of an ultra-conservative perspective, I suppose, if you will. So at 3% growth per month, you can still expect to see profitability in roughly 4 years and 3 months, and that is with growing Bitcoin difficulty. So this is really, with all things considered, still pretty decent if you just keep trucking. However, for a definite certain period, you'll still be seeing losses. And honestly, if you aren't okay with that, and you don't want to be breaking even in 4 years and 3 months, which I wouldn't personally want to be doing because that's a pretty long outlook, you know, holding your coins and essentially waiting for growth and compound interest in terms of growth is really one of your best bets. I mean, as we saw in those previous charts, mining can actually be pretty darn profitable if the price of Bitcoin increases and you hold onto your coins. Now obviously, if you're mining and you can't really afford to hold onto all of your coins and you have to sell them monthly, that is going to be less profitable. But I think that really goes without saying. I know a lot of people have discussed this in my previous videos. I've had a lot of comments with people saying, you know, if you were holding on to all of the Bitcoin, you would be making more money. And that does make sense. So anyway, folks, ant miners are really, really cheap right now. And if you want to check them out, I would highly recommend that you do so. They're really pretty inexpensive, you know, they're still over $1,000 or so, but the price has come down quite a bit. And if you want to get into hobby mining with Bitcoin, that can still be a lot of fun if you're interested in just kind of tinkering around. Be aware that it does use a lot of power, so if you don't want to spend too much money on power, maybe go for a very cheap option right off the bat. But a lot of the ant miners right now, especially the lower tier ant miners, are really going for pretty cheap. You can get an Antminer V9, I believe, which is essentially a downclocked S7 for, I think, right around $300 or $400, which is really a good price. So if you are interested in Bitcoin mining, you know, definitely check out some miners right now. Now is a good and really interesting time to kind of get back into it if you are interested. Check them out on eBay, check them out on, you know, Alibaba and other websites similar to that, and you can usually find some pretty good deals. I've even seen some on Craigslist lately, which is kind of weird to me, but, you know, it's a marketplace, so, you know, it works. So anyway, folks, as always, hope you got something out of this video. Hope you found it informational but not too cumbersome and fairly accurate. So let me know if there are any improvements I can make. I always am happy to take constructive criticism and run with it. And anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. Once again, see all of you in the next video. Have an awesome day, and adios. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, feel free to support me on Patreon. I am now giving away vintage stock certificates in exchange for donations. Other than that, folks, I'll see all of you in the next video.